This week on Talk of the Town, we highlight the July Farmers Market, complete with hot dogs and watermelon. We also feature some of the vendors, as well as a new face to Bear River High School, Principal David Lee.
It is with a heavy heart that we say goodbye to Cameron West, a local football player and all-around great kid who will be missed. Join the family in a celebration of life event this Saturday, and if you are able to help, visit their GoFundMe account.
We're here at the Farmers Market for July with Sarah Mormon, who's the Main Street Manager, and she's over the Farmers Market. You have been for the past 2 years. Tell us a little bit about the event and why you think it's good for the community.
Well, the public comes out here every single month for the farmers market to support our local growers, bakers, artists, etc. So that's really great for our community. It's really great for those who have the goods to sell. It's just an easy way for them to, especially the produce, to kind of offset that into the community. But we always have activities for kids and things just for the family to enjoy, which we always need more of that in our community.
And you mentioned the produce. This is kind of the first month where that's really available. How far does that go into the season, and why do people like having that?
Yeah, so produce, we'll have like starts and things like that in the beginning of the season, and then starting in July, they start to trickle in, and August and September is really the bigger months, and then October is pumpkins and squash and things like that. But the produce is great. We have someone here with some greens that they grow, and they have some fresh salads with berries and things that they grow themselves just up in Plymouth. We all love our fresh, locally grown stuff, and being able to just get it yourself in person from the person growing it, I think is really cool.
And then today, with it being 4th of July celebration and a focus, what's some of the events you guys are going to have?
Yeah, so we have a watermelon eating contest for all ages that we do. And then following that, we have free hot dogs and water for the public until we run out. It's a lot of fun.
And then what can we expect for August, September, October as far as themes?
So for August, we're looking at just kind of some water fun because it's hot. It's, before back to school and before the fair. So we're looking at probably having just some water activities, whether it's sprinklers and others like that, for kids to kind of cool off and us adults to cool off as well. And then September is our back to school. We'll have some free ice creams and another kids activity as well. And then October is everything pumpkins. Kids bring in their giant pumpkins, they weigh them. We'll have little pumpkins to decorate. It's a lot of fun.
And then just remind us how many vendors you have average, because obviously that might change from month to month. How many vendors do you have, and how many are like your long-standing ones that come all the time?
Yeah, so we've been this year averaging right about 38 to 40 vendors, which is really cool. Previous years we probably averaged closer to 35. So we're always full, which is a good thing. But we always have, like our salsa sisters, which we all love the salsa. Our sifted sunflower with the baked goods and the sweet rolls everyone loves. We have our eggs, the produce and the eggs. Those are always here. You can always come down and get a fresh batch of those. And then we've got a lot of the artists that are here very routinely selling their goods, making new for the market every time too.
Well, thank you, Sarah. And if you guys missed this month, don't worry, you can come back for the next 3 months. We're only halfway there.
My name's Addie Cable, and I am doing goat milk soap and bracelets. I've kind of always just done bracelets as a hobby, and I decided I wanted to start selling them. And then my mom has been getting goat milk soap from this lady, and they learned how to make goat milk soap, and then they taught me how to, and I was like, it's really fun to do, so I wanted to do it for the farmers market to earn a little bit of money. And we've made a bunch of different flavors, and I feel like these have been our favorites. We've gone here before and seen different people doing it. We know some people doing it, and I don't know. I just feel like it's kind of fun to do a little bit of business, and I feel like I'll want to do it in August again too. So
I'm Macy, and I wanted to make bows because I got some for my birthday. My mom used to make bows, and I thought it would be super fun to make them. I can make little kid bows that are smaller and older bows and super big ones too. It's been really fun and good. I definitely do it again.
Here we are at the Farmers Market with Cami Evans, and you tell us a little bit about what you do. We featured you earlier in the year with your petting farm and the fun events you guys have there, but tell us about what you do at the Farmers Market.
So one of the other biggest parts of our farm is that we milk goats, and then we make goat milk soaps, lotions, chapstick, well, lip balm, dog soap, shampoo bars, and shaving cream. So, so we milk the goats and then make all of our products with that.
So what's kind of that process like? You raise them obviously, but how did you start this process? How long you been doing it?
So I started it during COVID. Was never part of the plan. When COVID shut down, we had lots of time on our hands, and we just got done kidding. So I thought, well, we may as well try milking, and kind of just started, and only started with just the soap, and then started at Brigham City Farmers Market a couple of evenings during COVID, and then just kind of blossomed from there, and have added a lot of different scents and then different products as well.
So what is it about the goat milk? Why is it better or different, or why should people try it?
So goat milk, really the reason it became a skincare product was for people with like eczema, psoriasis, dermatitis, things like that. It's really nourishing for our skin. The pH is complementary to our pH. It's made with all natural products, so it's a very simple soap. It doesn't have harsh chemicals in it, things like that. So really, everything that goes into it is just a natural product. And then, but yeah, really hydrating for our skin. I mean, the list of benefits of goat milk for our skin is a mile long.
And so is this something you guys plan to do for the next 3 months, or how can people find you?
So we're at farmers markets almost every Saturday. You can find out on our website where we're at, and that's evansacresminifarm.com. And then after that, we do like the Mother's Day craft fair here at the fairgrounds. We do the Cowboy Christmas. We do some other, like the handmade market. And then we have a shop out front of our farm that you can get it year-round or on our website too.
Even if you missed the July farmers market, don't worry. There's going to be lots of these vendors back for the next 3 months. You have August, September, and October to come and enjoy. And Soda Cheesy is for sure a food truck that'll be here, so come check it out. We're here with David Lee, the new principal for Bear River High School. Just tell us your reaction when you found out you were going to be the new principal at Bear River.
Well, I was actually really excited when the superintendent came and said, "Hey, we'd like you to go to Bear River High School," and it kind of was like coming home a little bit for me, because I had been the principal at Garland Elementary before for 6 years, and I'd been a principal at Harris Intermediate. So, a lot of these kids are my kids, and it's been a while since I worked on the high school level, and so that was a little bit of a adjustment, but at the same time, it was exciting because mainly because this community's just been so good to me, and this community is amazing to support kids, to support the schools that we have here. They're just it's a great place to work and a great place to be with a lot of great people. So just a lot of excitement. I guess also I would say one of the reasons I'm most excited to work at this level is high school is a great time where kids can kind of find their niche. I mean, I know this is a surprise to some people, but not every kid loves school. But every kid can find something that they're interested in, their niche. They can find something that kind of gives them purpose and meaning, that wants to be there. And that's kind of a goal that I know high school has, but that's a particular goal that I have, is to help kids find something that they want to do. So.
Yeah, and it sounds like you've already answered this question, but just kind of what's the excitement of going into Bear River? What are some of the things you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I think the thing that I've been the most excited about lately is just the teachers, the staff, as I've had a chance to kind of talk with and interview and visit with them. Just so many people that just love kids and that would work so hard for kids and do so many extra things for kids. I think that's what I'm looking the most forward to, is just joining that team of amazing educators who really just want to help kids, and they realize how important their role is. Education is what makes every other profession possible. And so, being a part of that, being a part of a group of people that are already doing amazing things, and be able to support that in any way I can. So that's kind of what I look forward to.
And so let's just kind of go back to the beginning. How did this career start for you? Where did you start? How long have you been in it?
That's a great question. I mean, you're going to make me do some math here. Let's see. I actually, I'm from Granger. It doesn't exist anymore, but down in West Valley is where I grew up. Then I went to Snow College and kind of started some pre-teaching classes down there. Graduated from Snow College and went to Utah State, and just kind of was, education from there. And I was a history teacher. That's what I trained to do and went up to do, and did teach that a little bit. But I ended up teaching a lot of other things too. In the fact that when I graduated, there was a surplus of teachers. And so, there wasn't any history positions open. It was kind of mid-year too. And so I actually just started interviewing for some different jobs that were open. And there was one in Ogden School District in a program called Project Surpass. And so I actually was the teacher of kids, kind of high school age kids at a place called Archway with youth in custody. So I taught there for 3 or 4 so years there in Ogden. And actually, before that, I'd been a supervisor in working with kids and teaching kids in a residential treatment facility. So I spent some years there, and then I was recruited by some principal friends to come up to Box Elder Middle School, as far as that goes. And so I taught there for a few years. Taught school within a school actually with some at-risk kids. That's kind of they saw I was working in Ogden with some at-risk kids and kids that struggle and needed more support, and so they kind of recruited me there. And then I also started teaching some U.S. history, what I went to school to teach at Box Elder Middle as well. I guess I will say too, I actually did student teach when I was an early teacher at Box Elder High School. I know that's the other end of the fence, right? But the beautiful thing is I've spent a good portion of my time on this end too, with Harris and with Garland. But and then I actually taught 5th grade at Mountain View Elementary, and then I've now been a principal at. This will be my 5th school. So, Harris Intermediate and Foothill Elementary, Mountain View Elementary, and now on to Bear River High School. So, been at several schools. I was a principal intern at Bunderson Elementary, and I was a principal intern at Box Elder High School as well for a time. So, anyway, we've just kind of spent a few years. So we're I guess we're talking decades now, but it's been a joy. It's been a great profession. It's been good to me.
Oh, good. And so you leave Alice C. Harris to come here. Mm-hmm. What are you going to miss most about that school?
I guess it's kind of the answer. I've actually just never worked with such a dedicated group of people, from the secretaries, the custodians, to the lunch cooks, to the teachers. Just a group of people who. And we've had the chance, because there was a lot of retirements and things over the years at Harris. In the last 4 years, we've hired a good portion of those teachers. Just found some rock stars of people that are really good for kids and helpful. And I love that age too, because they're still, the 6th, 7th grade, they're just kind of in between. It's actually a really hard age too. So I guess I've enjoyed helping kids at that age to, try to believe in themselves. And so I'll miss that a little bit. But it's now a new adventure with kids that are older. So, they're all still kids, by the way. They can be older or younger, but they have many of the same needs. But I will miss just that fun age when they're coming from elementary, kind of coming into themselves and discovering who they are.
Yeah. What's been some of your favorite moments?
Wow. I've had a lot of opportunity to work with dual immersion schools. I actually started the dual immersion Spanish program at Garland and worked with the Chinese immersion program at Foothill. So that's been a great highlight, just especially bringing in a lot of guest teachers and working with them and kind of helping that become part of our schools. That's been a highlight. I think to see students be successful, and probably the best answer I'm going to give you is to see teams of teachers, when they join together in their professional learning community process, and then they just get better, and they watch their data and it gets better. That has been fun to watch. A group of dedicated educators coming together and they make a difference. That's been a huge highlight for me. One of my favorite things is to see a student who struggles with lots of challenges, unsurmountable odds almost, and yet they still succeed and they're successful in all they do. That to me is huge. It's that's kind of why I do this, is you get to see kids change and you get to see adults change and learn to work with kids and adapt and it's all in there together. Still have high expectations for kids, but to see them believe that they can. There's so many kids in our day and age that don't believe they can do things that are hard, and to see them learn to do hard things, I think it's amazing. It becomes a great opportunity. So I think that's probably one of the things that I enjoy the very most, is to see kids who really struggle, whether it's academically, behaviorally, others, and then they get better at it and they conquer it and they do better. That's the payday for me.
Well, so you officially started on July 1st, but you've met your team, you've been at the school. Mm-hmm. How's things going so far?
You know, like I say, it was very encouraging to me to see how many teachers are just already doing amazing things for kids. You know, I think that's one of the challenges in education is we get so busy focused on helping the kids that we don't tell our story great sometimes. There's so many amazing things going on that I bet you if we ask most of our community, they just don't know. And so that is going to be a goal of mine is to tell the story of the amazing things. Because I think, you know, for teachers, they just do what they do. And schools, they do what they do. And coaches and teams and people, they just do what they do and they don't tell their story per se. So people don't always know. Also, I think that, you know, I think it's what's been exciting for me too is just to see how many people it takes to make this happen. You know, it's a big thing. High school's got a lot of moving parts. And there's a lot of people who do their job really well. And so, I've also learned too this over the years is that, you know, we just appreciate when people are patient with us because there are all those moving parts, you know, and I think if there's something that we can do better, I've always learned that we sure hope people will come and let us know, give us the feedback we need, you know.
How do you see things staying similar, and how do you hope to bring about change?
Do you know, I think Bear River has a lot of amazing things going. There's a lot of great school spirit. You mentioned to it earlier, the community, you know. This community, I didn't grow up in Box Elder, but I've been here for, you know, 20 plus years or so. And they've been they're amazing, you know, from the supporters of the fair to the supporters of sports and athletics, you know, our turf field and many things that they've helped to donate or make happen. Our community is amazing to the schools and to kids, and they really care about kids. And so I guess I hope to continue to support and recognize that great community, you know, as my predecessors have done, and just acknowledge their important role. I think that they are very important in what they do, and they're very important in how they support our schools, because we're all in this together. It takes a village to raise kids and to help educate kids, and we need the community to support us. And so I hope that I can continue to support the community as they've supported us in the past. My job will be to just watch and see how I can support. You know, I think one of the things that I would love to continue on is using our youth leadership, our student council, to continue to grow things that need to be improved in all of our world, you know, and developing leaders. And so I don't know that I intend to change a whole lot of things. I intend to enhance and support the things that are already happening. But then, you know, my experience has always been is we have key leaders in our school, and as those leaders get feedback and things, and as we look at our data, and then we'll know what we need to do, and we'll know what we need to do to grow. And I believe in a growth mindset too. I believe that we all have to, you know, no one's arrived, from the principal to the teacher, the students. Everybody has to grow. No one's arrived, and if we believe we've arrived and that we are, then that's a dangerous place to be, because then we're stagnant. And so I believe that the answer is always in the room. Or in the room of the community of what we need to be doing better as a school to improve on. And so, you know, we'll go through that process constantly. Is, you know, do we keep it? Do we scrap it? Do we find a better way to make it work for what our kids need? And that's the biggest thing I want to continue is I believe there's been a good student focus at our school on what's best for kids, and that we want all kids to learn at high levels. And I need to continue to support that. My job as a principal is to provide high expectations, to provide resources and the things teachers need, and to support teachers and students. That's my role and responsibility. If I could just conclude, I'd say, you know, this isn't about me. You know, I'm not Bear River High. I'll be the principal at Bear River High, and I will have the privilege to be associated with that. But it's about what we need to accomplish for kids. You know. That's my motivation. That's my goal. That's my end game is, you know, at the end of the day, if I've done a few things each day that makes it better for kids, and their future's a little brighter, that's why we exist, you know. And I will say that I think the efforts in education are more important than ever before. You know, the work we do matters so much. It matters every day, and because there's many kids who need us, whether they know they need us or not, they need us. And it matters so desperately, the work we do. In some situations, it truly is life or death. Kids learning to be better readers, better at math, better at finding a career, you know, whether it's CTE, whether it's a trade, whether it's college and career, whatever it might be. The things they're doing now that we're helping with, it really is it does make a difference in the quality of their lives as they move on. And so that becomes our task, is to help kids understand that and help our community understand that. And we all work together to help kids. So I guess I'm just really excited to learn from the community, learn from the teachers, learn from the school, learn from my fellow administrators, learn from the community, to learn. I'm going to be hopefully the biggest learner at Bear River High School.
The Tree Mountain Animal Shelter will host a free pet vaccination clinic on Sunday, July 28th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. This is by appointment only, so book yours today. Next week, we talk to Soda Cheesy, a food truck that'll be at Heydays. See what else is next on Talk of the Town.